WLNS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News at 5:30.
Right now at 5:30, a Michigan police officer caught on camera with his pants off during a virtual court hearing. Plus, a truck carrying aggressive monkeys crashed on a Mississippi highway and 3 got away. And a warning from environmentalists before you toss your Halloween pumpkins in the trash. Those stories and a lot more, and all in the first 6 minutes. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Siobhan Klepfer. We get the clock moving tonight with a police officer in Detroit showing up to a virtual court session with no pants on.
Jackson, badge number 3919.
You got some pants on, officer?
Well, that officer's response when caught on camera without wearing pants was "no, sir," before moving the camera up so his legs were no longer in view. It all happened during a Zoom hearing on Monday. Officer Matthew Jackson appeared to have underwear on and initially was seemingly unaware that his camera was revealing that he was only half dressed. After that, the court hearing went on as planned. But the Detroit police chief said in a statement that officers' actions are not representative of the professionalism of this department and will be appropriately addressed to maintain the public confidence and efficient operation of that department. Well, staying with police, Michigan State Police are getting a $20,000 grant for its emergency needs closet. It's located in Midland and helps survivors of domestic violence, sexual assault, human trafficking, and stalking by giving them resources for emergencies, including temporary pet boarding, hotel stays, groceries, and more. The grant is coming from the Midland Area Community Foundation. Well, tonight, State Police also warning drivers to watch out for deer, especially this time of the year. One recently ran into a state police cruiser's path in Detroit, leaving its mark on the vehicle. Police urge drivers to wear their seatbelts and say if a crash is unavoidable, do not veer for deer. Well, it wasn't deer that drivers in Mississippi had to watch for this week. It was monkeys. A truck carrying 21 of them crashed on a highway on Tuesday. Most of them were killed, but 3 got away and at last check are still running free. Video shows them crawling through tall grass nearby. Sheriff's officials there say the rhesus monkeys were from Tulane University and added they are aggressive to humans and require personal protective gear to handle them. Several students with disabilities are recovering tonight after a pickup truck ran through a stop sign and crashed into their school bus. It happened yesterday in Sacramento, California. Fire officials there say 5 students were on the bus at the time and 7 people were in the truck. Those in the truck were all teenagers under the age of 18. Footage from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration shows a flight crew aboard the Hurricane Hunter aircraft experiencing intense turbulence while collecting data from the eye of Hurricane Melissa as the massive storm swept across the Caribbean Sea. Hurricane Melissa slammed into Jamaica as a Category 5 storm on Tuesday before making landfall for a second time in Cuba as a Category 3 overnight into Wednesday. President Donald Trump returned to Washington, D.C. following his meeting with China's President Xi Jinping, calling their sit-down amazing. President Trump says a trade deal could be signed pretty soon and announced he's cutting U.S. tariffs on Chinese goods by 10% as China works to reduce the flow of illegal fentanyl. President Trump also says China agreed to ease limits on exports of rare earth minerals and continue buying American soybeans, sales American farmers need. Meantime, President Trump announced the U.S. will immediately resume U.S. nuclear weapons testing on a, quote, equal basis with China and Russia. The last confirmed nuclear test by the United States was back in 1992 when President George H.W. Bush announced a moratorium on underground nuclear testing. It's unclear tonight if Mr. Trump was referring to testing a nuclear weapon explosion or simply a weapons system that would be capable of delivering a nuclear weapon. Tonight, more than 160 hikers are safe, having been rescued today from a mountain in Nepal. They were caught by an autumn snowstorm on a popular hiking route. Police there say they got everyone out safely. October is a popular trekking season for thousands of hikers on Nepal's mountain trails. Tens of thousands of ultra-Orthodox Jewish men covered downtown Jerusalem in a sea of black to protest plans to draft them into the military. The current draft exemption given to the religious group has caused deep divisions in Israeli society, emerging as the most serious threat to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's government. The protests largely crippled the city, with roads closed and public transportation halted. Well, pumpkins are a favorite and familiar Halloween decoration, but their scraps can end up being bad for the environment. According to the Department of Energy, more than 1 billion pounds of pumpkin waste ends up in landfills each year, releasing methane, a powerful greenhouse gas, as they decompose. Environmental experts say you can help give your jack-o'-lantern a sustainable afterlife by eating, donating, or composting what's left.
Composting anything organic is better than throwing it out, because you're not creating more refuse in landfills, you're not creating methane gas, and it's better for your compost pile to have more organic material in it.
Before composting, experts say remove any candles, plastic, glitter, or other decorations from your pumpkin. And we round out the first 6 minutes of news with an unexpected guest crashing a Lord of the Rings themed wedding. Check this out. The lucky couple got married earlier this week at the iconic Hobbiton movie set in New Zealand when actor Elijah Wood, who is known for playing Frodo in the Lord of the Rings movies, crashed their wedding. The couple was in the middle of signing their marriage certificate when Wood came down the aisle, shook hands, congratulated them, and of course, posed for a few photos as well. That is lucky timing, Kendall. That's so cool.
That's probably one person you would want to crash your wedding.
Absolutely. How neat is that? What an experience. And the theme of the wedding, of course, Lord of the Rings. So it's just perfect to have him there.
I know, exactly.
Love it.
You're going to love our weather for Halloween, Siobhan.
Good.
Yes, a 10-20% chance of a sprinkle, better chance for rain as we kick off the weekend, however.
Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah.